Hey guys, so today we are going to do the tutorial I promised last week, and we are going to do a tutorial on how to landscape because I saw a lot of questions about it on the forums and I thought, you know what, I'm pretty good at landscaping, so why not do some landscaping? And we are going to start with some landscaping in Willow Creek. So we're just gonna get a random lot, we're gonna take the massive lots. And we are gonna build a quick small house and then we are going to continue landscaping. So I'm just gonna build a very small box. So, box. Add a little bump out. Add a bump out on the other side. Porch. There we go. With ceiling. And then, hell, I don't know. Something like that. We're just gonna go for that. We're going to remove it. We're just gonna have a small story home. We're just gonna quickly do some roofing. It won't be very fancy, but that's totally okay. Whoop. 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 I'm just gonna put it down a bit, otherwise it's a bit big. Like that. Maybe take that in one bit, otherwise it looks a little bit weird. And I'm gonna have that half gabled roof. Alright, you know what? There. That's it. We're gonna... Small wall height, please. We're just gonna quickly throw some stuff on it. There we go. And we're gonna add a random front door and some, I don't know, some random windows. Like there, maybe there, there. There we go. That's the house. That's it. Now, we want to landscape it. The first step with landscaping is looking out the surroundings. So when I look around this house, I see a lot of trees like these. I see some ferns, some of these trees, some little bushes. And I also see there's a water area with some palm trees. Now we might not want to add some palm trees here because they're not in this surrounding. So the first thing I'll do, I go to the trees and I'll look at those trees here next to me. I'm like, this tree, there needs to be a little bit of like the same trees. So we'll add, that's not the same tree. That's also not the same tree. That's the same tree. So we're gonna add it. Now we don't want to put it next to the other tree because that's a bit boring. So we're gonna add it here. Rotate it a bit so that it doesn't clip into the roof. There we go. And maybe I want that little tree as well on my lot. So I'm gonna search for the tree. That's not it. Wow, my tree knowledge is not that good. That's it. And I think, you know what? Maybe I want this tree here. Then we can decorate it with Christmas. It will look nice. There you go. Those are my trees for now. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the terrain paint and I'll mark out my territory of where I want landscaping to be. I like my landscaping underneath the window, maybe a little bit by that tree. There. Like Sims4 still has that weird bug when I'm holding my cursor there, but the dot won't go there, so sometimes that's a bit tricky. We want some big landscaping there. Maybe I want a tiny landscaping here. Perhaps I'll want some landscaping, I don't know, here in the back. There. That's my landscaping. So I'm going to start off with this. So I'm going back to the trees again. I'm looking, you know what? I noticed that there were some ferns there. So I want those in here as well. Now maybe I think this one is a bit too big, so I'm gonna press the brackets key and make it a bit smaller. I'm gonna rotate it. I'm also gonna put move objects, gonna turn that on. Now I can just drag it anywhere I want by pressing Alt. This is actually my favorite plant. I wanna put it right there, so when you walk in you can see that there's pink there. Now these ones are really useful to just lay them down here and then rotate them a bit so they look different, and then you can add some other plants on that. Maybe I want a little big fern here again. Or maybe I like some bushes. No, I don't want those bushes. I'll go to the flowers. These flowers, perfect. You have them on all sorts of different swatches. I really like the yellow, the blue, and the purple one. So I'm gonna add the purple one here as well. Now, a lot of people say don't add too many colors. I say go funky with the colors. Colors are fun. We're going on that. And this one I always think is a little bit big, so I'm gonna size it down one again and I'm gonna place it in there. Now, up on top of these like little bushes, I always like to put some flowers. These blue ones are my favorite flowers. So we're just gonna place them. But now it's way, way too blue, so we're gonna add some pink, or maybe you want some yellow one, but I like the pink ones. We're just gonna add them there. And now when you look at it, it's like this giant mixture of flowers. And I think that is so pretty. Also, this plant, love it. Now maybe you want something different here. So you're gonna add these delphinums. We're gonna go with red. They're a bit big, so I'm gonna make them a bit smaller. And maybe there's a little one that's just growing there. We planted that a little bit later. Also, this one in this swatch, perfect for an island. Just saying. So we're gonna add some flowers here. And remember, it's okay to have some brown open spaces in between your landscaping. Like this here you don't need to fill that up with anything. Same with this, you don't need to fill it up. Maybe you want to fill it up and you can fill it up. Maybe I like this bush and I'm gonna plant it right there. That's fine, but don't overdo it, because when you overdo it, it's going to look like this. So then I'm like, oh wait, it's so empty, I need to add some more stuff. I'm gonna add everything that I can find there. And I want to add this big one here as well, and this one. And then you end up with something like this. And this looks like a very overgrown garden, and we don't like that. So that's gone. I think this is good. Also, just heads up, this one really goes well with these kind of trees. So maybe I do want this one here. See? It makes it look just a little bit better. Now, to this side, I'm going to add basically the same sort of plants. So again, I'm going to add this one. This time I'm going to place it up front. Now, we had this one in pink. Here, we are going to do a big one, or a small one, and then a big one, like almost into it, so that you have like these cute little things. Again, these ones are pretty good to use as well. These also look really great with them. But maybe you're a bit bored of only planting like bushes and flowers, so we're gonna fill it up a bit, and then you can also add some rocks. You can size them up, size them down, whatever you want. Damn, I feel like Bob Ross. That's what I like to do as well. You probably noticed it in my landscaping and speeders as well. Sometimes I just add some rocks because it just makes it have that finishing touch. For example, if I put a rock there, like you don't see it straight away, but when you look at the landscape, you're like, hey, wait, what's that? It's a rock. Yeah, it's perfect. Here as well, like it's gonna need a little bit more. So maybe, let's see, what shall we add here? The yellow one. I'm just gonna add the yellow one. Maybe you don't like the yellow one. Maybe you want it to be blue. That's completely fine, but these colors don't mix, so you need to change that up as well. So you have one white, one blue, and then with this blue, it just looks better, in my opinion. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine, but in my opinion, this looks way better. Now, in the back, maybe I want a tree again. So I like these trees because they're quite small, but they're everywhere in Willow Creek. They're almost everywhere in Willow Creek. Wait, there are no, that's a different tree. Anyway, like it's there, so you can just use it. If you want, maybe you want it smaller, you can make it as small if you like, or you can make it as big as you want. I like it like that, so we're gonna have it like that. Now, don't go adding palm trees like right here, because this palm tree has no business here. It can't grow here. I mean, look at the back here. This is clearly like some kind of swamp. Why is there a palm tree in the swamp? It makes no sense. If you want to add a palm tree, get a lot that lies like in Oasis Springs or Sulani. Get a lot that's on the beach. Maybe even Strangerville. Maybe you can pull it off there as well. But don't go adding it on this lot. Look at your surroundings. Look at the style home. If I were to build a very modern home, I would not make such a busy landscaping. If I wanted something modern, I would make it more clean. I would do something like this. And I would remove that. So if I were to make a modern home, I would do that. We're not making a modern home landscaping. Now we're doing like this weird box shape. I might actually save it because the shape is actually kind of cute. Oh well. So back to the back. Again, like this plant, it's perfect. It fits with almost everything. Now, I don't want to add a fern here because look, it doesn't match anything. There's nothing like there. The ferns are up front. So we don't gonna add it here. We're not gonna do that. We are going to add this one. And we're gonna make big and small ones. Maybe you want like this one as well. Just add it at random places. It doesn't matter where you place it. There are no mistakes. Do you want to add this? Think about it. Do you want to add this? No, because you're not in Oasis Springs. Maybe you're making a desert build and the entire ground is desert, but this is grass, so cacti? Nope. Gonna add some flowers to start with. Again with my lovely blue flowers. And it's too blue, you're gonna add a different color. Maybe I want more colors. I'm gonna add some more. That's completely fine, it's up to you. Now, if I'm gonna add this in here, it's going to like disappear. So we're gonna go with the... Oops. Oh no! Pink swatch. There you go. I think that looks nice. Also, maybe you want this one. That's completely fine as well. Remember, it's your build. This one, you can't, in my opinion, you have to add it because you've added it back there, like in front. Then it's just nowhere else. So you're gonna need to add that. Like you can make it as big and as small as you want. That's completely up to you. Maybe I'd like a big sunflower in here as well. That's completely fine. Now I think like it's missing something. So we're gonna add some rocks like in the middle. Especially in the middle of grass. I feel like that's very realistic as I always trip over rocks in grass. Maybe I have like this giant rock just lying there. Like the flowers are growing over it. That's fine. I like a tiny little rock. And here as well, remember, it's your build and it's your landscaping. I'm just trying to give helpful advice. And hopefully I'm succeeding in that, see? Now let's give this house like something of a paneling. So, there we go. See, we did the landscaping. We go really close up. You have now this pretty landscaping. And it's cohesive, so the same is in the back as in the front. You can have those red flowers, you have in the back, you have the rocks, you have the flowers, you have the tree, and here as well. So guys, let me know in the comments down below if this was helpful to you. I hope that it was. And if you'd like me to explain more landscaping, maybe in a desert or a modern home or whatever kind of home you want or whatever like neighborhood you want, hit me up, let me know in the Discord or Twitter or in the comments down below, and we will see what we can do. We are now just gonna save this, and that is that. Bye guys!